Hello, everybody, and welcome to Living Well with Dr. Sheila. I am your host, Dr. Sheila Craig Whiteman. I am a speaker and author, a physical therapist. I have a doctorate in physical therapy and a health coach. So my passion is to educate the public so that you can live your best life spiritually, mentally, and physically. That has been my passion for years. I want to reach as many people as I possibly can with that mission. Right now, you are watching the show. You can watch this on the KP TV Media Network on the SCW Channel. And we are streamed on Roku, Amazon Fire, Google, and you can also listen to us if you just like audio on Chromecast and a few other stations. So today, I am very pleased to introduce my guest. Her name is Coltrane Lord, and she is a Chopra certified spiritual wellness counselor, a divine feminine embodiment coach, and conscious love expert. She is the best-selling authoress of Love Avatar, Unleash Your Divine Feminine Superpowers, I can get it out, and Awaken the Goddess Within. She teaches women how to experience their unique beauty from the inside out and become love in the flesh. Her mission is to make love contagious. From her own spiritual awakening experience, she has learned the secrets to manifestation. So let's go ahead and welcome her into the studio. Hello.
Hi there. Thank you, Sheila, for inviting me here.
Yes, I am so happy to have you here because this is really an interesting topic.
Yeah.
So let's dive straight in. So what is your definition of manifestation, and how does it differ from the law of attraction, if there is any difference?
Yeah, thanks for that question. So a lot of your audience, I'm sure, are having, just are wondering, how do I have the life that I deserve? You teach that with your clients, having the fullness of life, mind, body, heart, and soul, physically. And the law of attraction is an energy that states like attracts like. And that is, we can get into details here, but to me, that is a receptive quality. And the difference between, for me, the law of attraction and and maybe the law of manifestation is that we are intentional with what we desire, and we are intentional with what we want to co-create in the world. So you are more active, and that requires one to be more conscious, and it requires one to really understand who they are and what roles you play in the your stage of life or your existence. And your law of attraction then becomes a tool or the fuel for manifestation. So that's how I would define it.
Okay. So you're saying that they're both related? Did I get that correct?
Absolutely. They are absolutely related. However, a lot of people don't understand the nuances of if you just are attracting something, you have to go into your own body and you have to really understand who you are from the center core and then be intentional about it. So manifestation is I'm attracting happiness, I'm attracting love in my life, I'm attracting the people that I want to be with because of who I am. But now I want to actually co-create something. I want to have right action from my soul. My soul wants something. And then you're just it's just taking it to that next level. It seems the same, but I am separating them out so that my clients actually get that clear definition of manifestation so that they are responsible and they are an active participant.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So there's not they're actually participating in the process.
So both, and I'll just ask these questions because when it comes up, I'm just to be clear, because for those of us, and I think many people, me included, we have heard the words, law of attraction. We have heard manifestation, and kind of loosely try to do it.
Yeah. Right. Right.
Yeah. So what are the keys to manifestation? Like, give me a little bit more, or us a little bit more information on just what is the key to this.
So the key to manifestation, number one, is to really know who you are. Because if you are desiring something from a small place, and I say small meaning a wounded place or an unaware place, you might desire, for instance, a lover. And you aren't clear on what type of lover partner you want. So you just want any partner. Well, we all actually, I teach this class called Wound Mate to Soulmate, and we're all attracting that wound mate until we get clear on who we are and what we actually desire. So, well, number one is to know who you are. Number two is to get really, really clear on your desires, but at the soul level. So that's why you need to know who you are first. And that also requires, now third thing we need is radical self-love. If you don't love every single part of who you are, then you're going to be reacting to a wounded part or a victim part, or you'll be yearning for maybe an outward expression of your needs versus an inner true desire and need. And then there's gratitude. Gratitude is so amazing and huge in the vibration of getting what you want, but really about getting what your soul's desires are, and lifting your needs into the vibration of already having it. And then finally, you need to release the blocks the blocks that keep you from your desires, and introduce passion for life, awakenness, embodiment of joy and bliss, as if you've already had the desire.
So it seems like if you haven't gone through all the steps that you just mentioned, that you can manifest, I don't want to say the wrong thing, but something that really is not appropriate for you. Is that possible?
No, isn't that life? Just like you work with a lot of, I don't know if you work with women and men, but you work a lot with women for the pelvic floor health, right?
Yes.
So a lot of when we're unaware of our bodies, sometimes we do things and we attract people in our life to teach us lessons. So even in physical therapy, or even in when we're walking around unconscious, we do things unconsciously and we attract things unconsciously, including our health. In Ayurvedic medicine, our health, it's about our inner world that attracts the outer world. And so many people, relationships seems to be a really, really big topic for everyone. Why do I keep attracting the same type of person? Why do I keep attracting the aggressor, or the person who can't commit, or the person who argues with me? You're attracting that same type of person because you haven't healed that piece of you inside you. So yes, we can attract illnesses, but that might be a little too much for your audience, but we can attract a lot of negative things. That's why we want to be aware of what we desire and what our soul needs at a deep level.
So there actually is, and I'm glad we're having this talk, because like I said in the beginning, I think a lot of us have heard those two terms, but not thought that the amount of work on self that should go into them before they're effective, I guess is the word.
Absolutely. It's reflective.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Were you going to say something else, or no? Before I go to the next.
Yeah, just to, in esoteric, I have a background in spirituality and the law of attraction and manifestation. And so in this world where we are souls in a body, where there's something more to us than just our physicality, it it really, really, truly is about accepting the fullness of self and doing that inward journey before we can ever experience the outward bliss that we're all searching for. The health, the wellness, the bliss, the ecstasy, the just pure happiness. It happens inside, and that attracts. But the intentional part, the manifestation part, is I want to feel happy, and I'm going to be happy to attract happiness.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. And it makes so much sense. It makes so much sense when you say it. But I think you have to hear it, and you have to hear it on a deeper level than just superficial hearing the words.
And you might have to hear it a lot of times.
Agreed.
Or be hit in the face with a brick wall, or that same person that you're attracting, and then just kind of going, okay, what is it?
Right.
Because you're not changing, right? The people who when I work with, I always say, if you're in a constant flow of this type of person that you're attracting, the only person that's consistent is you.
Right.
And so what is it about? I'm not saying there's anything wrong with anybody. No one's broken, and there's nothing wrong. But we've raised in a society here where we're traumatized even in slight little ways. And so what have those things in our bodies given us to block us from who we truly are? And that's what we're trying to get at, so that you are clear on what you desire, what you want to manifest, and then go on that journey.
So why is self-love so important to manifestation?
Self-love is so important to manifestation because, like I just mentioned, we are souls in a body. We come into this world with parents who maybe they've struggled, maybe they haven't struggled. We're all in this world trying to make sense of it and trying to learn, and nobody is perfect. So in our lives, we've had experiences that were hard for us. And so everyone has an inner child, an inner wound that has yet to be reclaimed or looked at. So what are our shadows? I call them shadows, and Jungian psychology calls it shadows. What are the things that we are repressing or rejecting in ourselves that block us from who we truly are? So self-love is the reclaiming and the unshaming of all parts of you. And when you love everything about you, when you fall madly in love with every piece of you, then that vibration, that attraction, if you're in love with you, you're going to attract lots of people who are in love with you, and you're going to attract a lot of the love. And then from there, actually, you can say, oh gosh, I don't desire just a lover or just a partner. I desire to co-create with the universe. I desire to have bliss. I desire to give back to society. And all of a sudden, that's aligned with who you truly are in the center. But if you don't love yourself, then there's blocks there to that truest essence. And if you don't love yourself, how can anyone else love you as much as you love yourself? So it is a vibrational essence, and it is the key to finding out who you are and finding out what your blocks are.
Yeah. And and you make it sound very simple.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I don't think it is that simple. And you can correct me if I'm wrong, because each one of the steps that you talked about in the beginning, to go through each one of them, for many people, that can be difficult.
Yeah, it's difficult. So the process is simple. Like, it's very simple. Love yourself, be aligned with who you are, and know your desires. But it is not an easy task. It is maybe the hardest journey to take, but the most exciting, to go take the inward journey of knowing the self and knowing your desires and finding the treasures of your superpowers, and then reflecting outwards. So the beautiful thing about loving yourself and this process is you have there's nothing wrong with you. You're the most perfect thing on the planet, and you have everything you need within you. It's really just, that metaphor. Let's just unpeel that layer. Let's just unpeel that layer. Let's unpeel that layer. And people think that's hard because they're afraid of some of the things that they might see, some of the insecurities that they might have. However, when you acknowledge them, that's the beautiful part. This is the part that people don't realize, is that the fear of that, the fear of not seeing some of these things that are blocks and why, is right when you see it, it goes away. It's like having a child without anesthesia. Like I had my 2 kids without drugs, and I'll explain this to people. You're a doctor. You have clients that listen to your podcast a lot. When you're giving birth to a child and with no epidural, you feel everything. You feel everything. And the fear is just, your body is just in labor. Your body is just holding. It's just, you fear the pain. However, if you go through the pain, you just acknowledge and you work through it and you breathe through it. And then the pain of your children coming out of your body, out of the pelvic floor, we know what that is. And it's so intense, but you do it anyway. And for those of us who have had our children naturally, the second your child leaves your body, it's over.
That's true.
There's no pain, zero. Stubbing my toe hurts longer than having a child after that with no epidural. That was my experience. And that's what I'll say about the experience of going into knowing yourself. You think it's this really scary thing to see any darkness or any shadow aspects of yourself, but it's really just seeing the beauty, finding the beauty and the life. And then your child's born and you have this beautiful, beautiful being. And that's the same thing as birthing yourself. You find the nugget, the truth of you. And it's a promise, everyone listening, watching, you are extremely exquisite. You are perfect. You are love in the flesh. And that's the kind of, the key here is we're not changing you, we're revealing you. And that's beautiful. So everyone should know that they're amazing. And it's just taking off these pieces that are unnecessary anymore to your blissful life, to your happy life.
That is such a good analogy. It really is.
Yeah.
It is. And yeah, I had 3, no epidural. And
Yeah.
really, it's true. I mean, yeah, during the process, you really think that you're on your last days. Mm-hmm. And then afterwards, you're like, oh, okay. I mean, even after the first one, it's like, okay, well, I'm really hungry.
Yeah.
When is it time to eat? So
let's order pizza or whatever. Yeah, exactly. It's like, and then the doctor's like, what? Like, don't stand up. And yeah, it's easy. And all of a sudden you just feel good. I felt great. I mean, some people call that ecstatic birth, but that it was beautiful to me. And that's the journey of the self. It's a beautiful discovery.
Right. You just have to get past the labor.
Past the labor, which oftentimes in self-love world, that's just fear. The labor is fear. Mm-hmm. So it's, the labor is the fear of whatever it is that is blocking you from your health and wellness.
Mm-hmm. So can you, and this is out of my curiosity actually, can you tell us how you started on this journey, or is it something that it was just always in you, or how did you get to where you are today?
Okay, thank you for that question, because people think when I talk and when I do my creative business and help people, sometimes they think, well, you just are who you are. You have a personality that is engaging, and you are empathetic, and you're compassionate. You've got this. You've known this. So I was raised in a household that was very abusive, and my father had guns to my mom's head. I say this with love because he was abused, and he came from a family of abusive people, and he actually had to survive when he was a young kid during the war in the Philippines, and he had a lot of anger. And so in in our upbringing, and my parents are immigrants from the Philippines, so they didn't have community, they didn't have people. My dad became stressed, and it was PTSD. And when we were born, my siblings, he just didn't know how to control that, and he didn't heal his wounds. And so he lashed out on my mother. He was the Incredible Hulk. At times we were so nervous to even engage with him because we didn't know when he would explode. So I learned really, really quickly to shut every single thing down, to have no desire, to not want anything, and to really be I had an invisibility cloak, Harry Potter. I had the first one. And I was really good at becoming invisible as protection, to become rigid as protection to a violent person. And that was psychologically, physically, and emotionally. And then he had an affair and another family. And, it just was very difficult for me to know who I was. But I did learn how to present perfectly. I did learn how to not rock the boat. And so fast forward to my family, and I experienced betrayal in my family, in my own life. And I thought, how does this happen? Why did I attract this exact experience? But that opened up a world to me where I had to go back in time and heal all those childhood wounds, and then come to this place of just not making myself wrong for my experiences, not making myself wrong for someone else's experience, someone else's actions, because I actually was told that I was shut down, and I was told that it was my fault. And then realizing, no, I have this inner being, this inner sense of being that is beautiful. And if I don't love me, if I don't take care of me, who else will? Because I've experienced in the two men in my life that I've loved that it showed me how little I loved myself. And then that journey took me into spirituality. And I really realized that actually from the beginning of time, I am very empathic, and I was holding on to my father's womb. I was holding on to my mother's wounds. I was holding on to my ex-husband's wounds, and I was not taking care of myself. And when I woke up to that, the downloads happen, manifestation happens, joy happens, calling in your soul family happens. So this is a lived experience for me. And then, of course, I didn't at first trust myself. So I learned with Deepak Chopra, I learned with Marianne Williamson, I learned with Neil Donald Walsh, I learned with all these people who have amazing, they're spiritual. And I just wanted to make sure that I wasn't lying. But it's true. My experience reflects the spiritual journey of awakening and the journey of manifestation and law of attraction and bringing heaven to earth.
So, and thank you so much for sharing that. Thank you so much. So those of us who are interested in manifesting and the law of attraction, how do we become aligned to do that? What would be our steps for that?
Right. So there are 7 pillars. I think that it's really important, like how you're a coach. I work with people on this. It is lovely to have someone help you, number one, just because at first when I was going through this all by myself, I didn't want anybody to know what was going on in my life. I was ashamed of my past, all these things. And it was me going towards people for help and helping me see this, that helped go deeper and actually helped me go quickly, versus if I did it all on my own. So just saying that you can do it on your own. It's just nice when you have support around you. So find people around you, find a coach, find people that you want to be around you to help you manifest. But for me, I'll give everyone a little cheat sheet here. The 7 pillars of alignment, because you want to be aligned, is to, 1, become worthy. You need to find your worth. That's so important. And then 2, so find your worth. And do you want me to give you practical things, or just give you the list of the 7 pillars of alignment, which offers manifestation? Sorry.
Well, you can actually, I think, and let me get back on camera. Depending on how long they take, I think you have time actually to do both.
Okay, I'll do.
Yeah, but whatever is practical too for the audience maybe to take forward and to begin to think about would be beneficial.
Okay, so I'll just first start with the 7 pillars to align your body, your soul, so that you can actually understand the basic steps, the basic needs of full alignment for full manifestation. So number 1 is the worthiness attribute. You find your worth and find your deserving, because you will get, as a full soul in a human body, you will receive at the level of your being. So if you feel worthy, if you are worthy of love, if you are worthy of health, if you feel worthy of abundance, that's the vibration that starts to open up manifestation, the law of attraction. So worthiness, that is in the body, that is our lower chakra, our first chakra. A chakra is a power center, and if you don't know that word, it's a power center that has that is located where Dr. Sheila's expertise is, in the pelvic floor, to feel grounded, to feel like you belong, to feel as if you deserve and are worthy of what the world has to offer you. And then the second, if you go up into your, we call it the sacral chakra, the womb space for women, it's that place below your belly button and between the pelvic floor. That's your desire center, your pleasure center, your sensual creative center. When you awaken to your creativity, to your pleasure, like what turns you on? Part of manifestation is you got to be turned on to receive it. And so what turns you on in life? Some people think that that's very sexual, but like, what makes you feel good? Certain people, certain foods, but feel good, like nourishing you. And then that's activating your emotions. How do you feel about everything? Don't hide any emotion, because blocking your emotions also blocks you to like the flow and the giving and receiving experience. And then we go up into your solar plexus area, which is the empowerment center, your power, your individual source of uniqueness. What makes you, you, right? So that's because my experience in my life is purely my experience. And so to understand that and then transform that into the right action in the world. How do you act in the world? What is your vibration? What is your soul signature? How are you presenting yourself into the world? Is that aligned with your inner being? And then we go up into the heart area, of course, and that is unconditional love. This is the self-love part. This is the pillar of love. Can you give out as much love that you want to receive? Mm-hmm. That is super important, because it is, just the law of giving and receiving. What you give out, you receive. That's similar to the law of attraction. So give from a place of love, kindness, random acts of kindness. Gratitude lives there too. And then if we move up into our throat area, this is our authentic expression. This is the integrity of your word. Say what you mean. Say what you mean, right? What's the expression? It's do what you say and say what you mean. That's super important, to have the integrity of your word, and so that no lying, and no lying to yourself. Truth. That is such a power. And then we go into the third eye, which is our thought, our mind, releasing all the anxiety through meditation and other experiences, but really using your intuition and your, I call it the cosmic mind, to see and witness who you are at the higher level, how your words, actions, love can impact other people, and bringing like-minded, bringing your mind into the heart, or thinking through the heart, out through the mind, and your thoughts create the words, create the vibration, create some of the actions. So whatever you're thinking about yourself, you're going to act, or you're going to respond. So if we have clean, clear thoughts about yourself, I am love, I am love, I am love, I act through love, I am worthy, these are the thoughts of what you need to feel in your body, then that helps you align your body. And then we have the crown chakra, the crown, the sovereignty, self-sovereignty, where you are connected, you are a divine being, you are connected to something much greater and more brilliant and loving than you've ever expected. And that connection kind of connects your whole entire body system. And now that this is where you become love in the flesh. You're connected to the whole universe, to each other as love, one love being, yet you're still individual. So that's getting aligned, and that is a process. And that is a process. So that is more of the what I take people through, the process of becoming aligned for soul love, for soul purpose, for health and wellness, for spiritual awakening.
And when you do this, do you do it because you gave, the different pillars? Do you work on one at a time? Because it's something that you can work on several layers at the same time?
Yeah, sometimes people are really connected with their hearts, but they're not connected to their pelvic floor. So they can give love, but they don't actually feel safe. So they give a little bit and then they withdraw. They give a little bit and withdraw. So it is a process. And what we do is you can take, we go through and discover where you're blocked, where you need to open up a little bit. And really, we have everything in us. I keep saying that, right? You are perfect. And when I take people through this, I take people through the lower chakras up, because most of us think we're, like-minded, but we're thinking at a different level. We're thinking I call it the 3D level and not the soul level. So the first thing for me is you're worthy and you are safe. And that's the most important thing for me, because our fears live down in the lower areas of our bodies. And also for women, this is our most shamed areas. Like there's a culture of abuse on women, and our safety chakra, our sexuality chakra, we're protective of ourselves. So I teach them to open up to that and feel safe for themselves before they share themselves with another person. Mm-hmm. So, but you can do it. People have different come into this world with different experiences. So some psychics actually, and some people who are really spiritual, their minds are just wide open, but maybe they're not so embodied. Maybe they don't connect with people on an embodied level because they're really in a different space. But what I like to teach is that you are the spirit and the soul in the body, and we're here on the body, so we might as well take advantage also of the beautiful experiences of life and not just stay out there. But it's everyone's choice, right? Someone's choice. But if you want a full embodiment, to me, of the fullness of life, all of it, to be embodied in alignment is the key.
So we are going to take, this is so interesting. At least to me, it's so interesting. But we're going to take a quick break because we do have a couple of commercials that we run. So let's hear those, and then we're going to come back and talk to Coltrane and finish up and get more information on this topic.
CG Meals helps you save time with our health-conscious fresh food kits delivered straight to your door. Fast, fresh food ready to eat in just 8 to 10 minutes. Now you can focus on what's really important. Order your meal kit today at cgmeals.com.
Do you suffer from bladder leaks? If you have ever leaked a little when you call for exercise, help is available. 1 in 3 women experience bladder leaks in her lifetime. For a free consultation, visit our website, thepelviccoach.com.
And welcome back, everybody. Welcome back. We have our guest here, Coltrane Lord, and she is talking about manifestation and the law of attraction. So we were talking before the commercials about how she works, actually how she works with people and how you can become aware of some of the things that you should work through in order to manifest the life that you want. So before we get to the next, well, this is a good question, actually. So what are some practical tools for manifestation?
Yeah, thanks for that question. I want to make sure that everyone knows too, first, before I continue, that no one should do anything. This is an invitation. This is an invitation for you to feel whole in your body, to feel whole in your life, so that you can easily manifest the things that you desire in the world. And I feel like I would like for people to understand, and I'll say this a million times, and I've said it a few times here, that they are perfect. They are perfect, perfect, perfect. And we are just revealing the true essence of you, the truest essence of you. So I say that, and then I will say that in practicality, now we live in the real world, and there's kids running around, got to walk the dog. I'm hungry. Some people have, your clients have, issues with their pelvic floor, and they might be embarrassed by certain things that happen, or it's just inconvenient. So what are the practical things that we can do, especially with people who have, for people who have just some physical challenges that they want to overcome? Well, our physical stuff that we have, of course, we have coaches and we have doctors and amazing people to help us through that. But how can we help us to find that happiness, that joy in us despite those experiences? This is a manifestation tool. Number one would be a gratitude practice. And I will suggest to everyone that even if you, Dr. Sheila, you have clients with pelvic floor issues, even to be grateful for the experience of that takes away the negative vibration of exhaustion and, oh my God, what's this happening to me? Why don't we say, how is this happening for me? What am I to learn through this experience, and where can I find joy? So a gratitude practice for everything in your life, good and bad, however you want to perceive them, helps you to sort of find perspective in life too, because everything's relative. And I keep a gratitude journal. So the first thing I do when I wake up in the morning, I am grateful for this day, the sun. And if I've had a hard time with somebody, I'm grateful for that person for teaching me patience or teaching me something that I need to reveal about myself. And you can go as deep or as simple as you'd like. Sometimes the simple gratitude of, I like what it feels like to have the sun on my skin, gives you appreciation of just everyday life. And that is important to this vibration that I've been talking about. And so journal every single morning. And then I also journal before I go to bed with the intention for gratitude. I might journal my whole day and then offer an intention for gratitude. And then I let it go, and I just let it go. And another great thing to do, and this is, I don't know, I don't want it to sound cliche, but creating an affirmation for yourself for the one thing that you want to desire in life. Like, so you want to use really beautiful words. Like if I want to manifest abundance, for instance, or maybe a car. Some people stick to like the thing, but really what I want to do is I want to get around. I want the freedom to get around. I want the freedom to experience life. I want the freedom to visit people. So I am graciously, I am joyfully, I am ecstatically creating abundance in my life so that I can connect with other people. So that is, and I need a car to do it, like that kind of thing. You want to go to the deeper part of your affirmation, and that gives you this quality of joy, that gives you this quality of action, the doing something, and then it offers the purpose. So you're saying to the universe, you're saying to the people around you, like, this is what I need, and then things start to happen and synchronicities start to happen for you. So creating a wonderful affirmation and just reading that every morning and putting that up on your mirror and just like living that affirmation every single day helps you get into that vibration again of what you desire and what you want clearly. And then you read it every night. And then the third thing I will say is, and this is just a simple practice, and we can get into more things if you want, but the third thing is to imagine what you desire. Like some people want a lover, right? Or that I talk about relationships a lot. They want to have a great relationship. Well, you got to start feeling like it is happening right now. This is the active present tense moment. I am in love. I'm in love. Start dating yourself. Start doing things you would do as if you had a partner. This is an exercise I'll ask everyone to do who's watching, is write down all the things that you want in your future. Like, I want a partner. I want to be healthy. If you want to be healthy, what would you be eating when you were healthy? What would you be doing when you were healthy? If you were healthy, you would probably be, exercising so many hours a week. You would probably be eating amazing food. You would be, you would go out and you would walk in nature every day. Whatever it is you would do if you had that desire, I'm going to say you do it before you have the desire. So start exercising, start eating right, as if you wear the clothes that you want to wear, as if you were already that healthy, that size, that with that person. I would go to the museums more if I had this partner. Go to the museums. So you're living your life as if you already have that desire. And then what happens is the people in the world, the synchronicities in the world support that. And you will be amazed at how much healthier you are, and the people you meet to get you to the next person, the next thing, the next place in your life. Maybe if it's abundance, you would start meeting new people and you would get connected to the right agent, the right job. It's action. We can have love, but without love and action, it's just the thought, isn't it? So those are my 3 practical things for anyone to do.
That was really, really good. You see, I had to go on single screen for you because I was writing notes.
Oh, amazing. Write notes.
Yeah. I was like, let me just write some notes on here because the information is excellent. But I just have a question. You said write an intention for gratitude. Is that what you said? Or did you say, what did you mean?
Well, when you have a gratitude journal, I'm writing a lot. I journal every single day, and I really do recommend this for anyone, because a lot of us have a lot of thoughts in our head, a lot of ideas. And when we write it on, the studies shown, this is science actually, when you get it out of your body in any way you can move, you can scream, you could run, you can beat on pillows, you can do whatever you want. But writing gets your thoughts on paper. Do not worry about if you're spelling anything wrong, if anyone's going to read it. You're writing, you're physically getting this out into a piece of paper. And when you're writing your gratitudes, it's allowing you to, it's allowing your mind to go, to really go, oh, I don't need to think about that negative thing. I need to think about, I've got water. I'm drinking water. And then it takes me to a new place. I am so grateful that I don't live in a place where the water is going to make me sick. I am so grateful that I live in a country that actually doesn't, like, it's silly that we have bottled water, but there's water in abundance here. I mean, and then it might take me to, well, actually those plastic bags are like really not great for the environment. How can I help it? So gratitude actually gets you into some of the deeper things like soul purpose. And the intention is the intention is to find gratitude. Yes. So you can also add an intention of how you want to pursue a gratitude, or how you can be more grateful in the world. But But first, you just start, I am grateful for the sun. I am grateful that I woke up this morning and I actually have a toilet to use because I need to use the bathroom. Just simple things. You can get deeper, and then you can add more intention to your gratitude practice, which just means you're just adding intention to your day.
Do you have two separate journals? Do you have a gratitude journal plus a day journal? Because sometimes when you're writing your daytime thoughts, they're not all gratitude and nice.
Oh, so that is a great question. I started off with a gratitude journal, and I have it on my bedside. And then I also have my regular journal, but mostly I have my regular journal that I have gratitudes, I have things that I have ideas, I have it's a hot mess, but I feel like what I was doing before, everyone's different, but I had a gratitude journal, I had a book, I'm a writer also, and I had a book journal, and then I had an idea journal, and then I had just my thought journal, and I just like left them everywhere. So what I do is I take one journal, and there's these sticky notes that you can, those little notes that have different color on it.
Mm-hmm.
Pink is my gratitude, yellow is my work, and I just stick it in my book, and I title it. This is a great thing for everyone who this is also maybe a practical tool for manifestation, is you title everything that you write, the date and the title. So like if I were taking notes in my journal for this, I would just write interview, or I would write I woke up and I had a dream. I would write dream scary, like I just have a title, so that when you're going back and looking at this, or gratitude, just gratitude day, or creative day, or manifestation notes, and then you just write. So then, or something, even to the point where it's like I have to, my kids' school, kids are going to college ideas, I just have it all in one place. Mm-hmm. And it's just easier for me. It's probably not ideal for people, but I'll even have, workshop from, I'm listening to maybe a spiritual coach or somebody who speaks Brene Brown. I'll wrote Brene Brown, and just things that come up into my idea, because it kind of becomes a just a snapshot of your life, or your day, or your week, or your month, and then you realize how much you do accomplish in your life, how varied you are in your life, how full you are in your life. But if you're a writer, if anyone's a writer, if anyone is trying to accomplish something, use that sticky note for, say, yellow, and then like once a week go and transfer that, or put it in the computer. If you're a writer, put it in the computer, so that you have that in one place. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
It's hard. It's a hard thing. I'm just not great at keeping 7 journals.
Yeah, I was just curious because, we were also talking about law of attraction or whatever. Mm-hmm. So do you put the negative things that might have happened to you during the day in your gratitude journal? And, does it kind of, I don't know.
Well, I will say that that's a great question. And I'll say that if you can have a separate gratitude journal, or you could just gratitude journal in your regular journal. And if you have something negative, like, I don't know what the negative thing would be at the moment, but I had an argument with my partner, and I can't believe it. You get it out.
Mm-hmm. Right.
As I've said, if you're getting it out, and you have this practice of gratitude journal, you're getting it out. He said this, XYZ, and then you start to turn it and go, well, what can I be grateful about of this? And I like it in the same space, because we got in an argument about communication, and I don't love the way he communicates, or I can't believe this. But then I'm thinking to myself, well, I'm part of this too. I'm part of this equation. What am I grateful for? I'm grateful that in his own way, he was sharing how unhappy he was about something. So I'm grateful that I learned about that and maybe I should be curious about what what he's really after. And so it allows you to really dig into those things that we are confused about. That's another practical tool, actually, that, and thank you for that impetus for that, which is see the world as if you were a young child. That is a great way to manifest, because if you are, if I'm in an argument and I'm waiting to be heard, and I'm just waiting, right? And I right then and there, I am attracting a fight. I am manifesting an argument. But if I am confronted with somebody coming in the door, they've had a bad day, and I can't believe you didn't pick me up, or I can't believe that dinner's not on the table, or I can't believe and you said that was going to be, and then I'm curious. I'm like an alien going, wow, the voice has changed. What are you actually saying? What's under that? When you have that joy and that curiosity of a young, innocent being, then you can ask those questions. Is everything okay? Instead of being so defensive. Oh, thank you for, thank you. Wait a minute. Thank you. Hold on. Thank you for coming home, number one. And I just want to be here for you. Like, I just want to understand what's going on. Do you need a moment? You're asking questions, but you're not taking it. You're being curious allows you to not take it personally, anything personally. And then also being curious helps you see the perspective from different angles, even with what you desire. Like why do I want a car? Why do I want a specific car? Why do I want that car? Why do I want a Mercedes? What is that? What is about that brand that I need? I kind of need to like look abundant, or I love the way it drives. Like it's there's no right or wrong, but to really discover why and how, and be curious about your own interactions, why you're doing something. Why do I want to drink that milkshake? Am I feeling happy, or am I feeling sad? Well, I'm feeling shitty, and so that's why I want the milkshake. Or if I am feeling amazing, I just worked out, and I just want to, it's going to bring me back to my childhood. I'm going to drink that, and I'm going to drink it, and I'm going to be joyfully drinking it. So curiosity allows you to not have that guilt energy feeling with any choice you make. And these are all choices for everyone. So that is another way to just make actually good choices in life for manifestation towards, attracting other joyful things and other experiences and other lessons in life.
Wonderful. Yeah, and I put your contact information on the screen, but can you tell us, because you have talked a little bit about your program, what you do, but can you explain that a little bit more so that if anyone wants to get more information or contact you, they can?
Yeah, so I encourage everyone here to follow me on Instagram, please. It's at Lord Coltrane on Instagram. I give away a lot of free content on manifestation and soul purpose and how to attract soul love. The couple of the programs that I do are, very basic steps on manifestation. And I do this program called Wound Mate to Soulmate, because I do know that a lot of us we attract our wound mates, and we have to get aligned before we can attract our soulmates. And there's two other programs that I do for women specifically. One is called Love Avatar Training, and that's based on my book, and that is the soulful dive into the spirituality of you and trying to get to the essence. This is the journey of knowing the self for soul purpose and for soul love as well. And the last fun thing is it's called Hot Goddess Finishing School. You can go onto my website and see all these things. And HAUTE, so the high level Goddess Finishing School, where I'm teaching women to become what supermodels should be. So you're a spiritual supermodel, and that is going from the understanding your inner beauty, your inner radiance, and learning how to express that outward. And that's where we learn to rock the karmic runway and just live a blissful life and take everything that is superficial and make it more profound and spiritual in your life. So if you love, Gucci shoes, what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to merge the spiritual with the material so that you're actually bringing heaven to earth, and you're enjoying beauty from a deep level and stuff from a deeper level instead of a shallow level.
Wow.
So
I
thank
love,
you.
you were describing your programs, and I was just smiling. Those
They're fun.
programs sound great. Yeah, they sound really, really great.
Yeah.
Wow. So before we close, we just have maybe 2 or 3 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
Is there one takeaway that you want to give to the audience, just so they can, just that one main thing maybe that you want them to remember from what you said?
Yeah, I think the most important thing to me for anything, whether it's health, whether it's relationships, whether it's communication with your family, is to really remember that you are love, that the most important person, no matter what, even if you have an infant, you take care of you and you fall madly in love with you because that little infant is relying on you for his nourishment or her nourishment to be raised as a human being that is just exquisite on this planet. It's the requirement is you. You can only teach or give or support at the amount of level that you're at. So if you work on you, you can start supporting and helping people at that higher level. And if you work on you, then the second you talk to somebody else, then you're spreading that light to somebody. And then my goal in life is to make love contagious. So if you are love in the flesh and you touch somebody, they've got the love cooties. They have it. They have that love vibration. And it's very, very different from self-love is very different from selfish love. Self-love is selfless love, but you're working on you. You're making sure you've got it all to give to others. So I let a lot of people forget that piece. And that's my piece. Look at yourself in the mirror and go, I love you. You're the best. What are we doing today? Let's have fun. Right? And be your best lover. Be your best friend.
Oh, I love that. I absolutely love that. And those are really the best words that you could have said to close us out. That is, that embodies almost everything that you said.
Yeah,
for the time that we've been together.
Thank you. And if anyone has any questions, I'm happy to answer them. I answer questions on Instagram. Send me a line.
Okay.
And hopefully I'll see y'all soon. Yeah.
Yeah. So please be sure to reach out to her on Instagram, or even through her info at lordcoltrane.com. Either one. Yeah. If you have any comments, questions, etc.
Yeah.
So, and thank you so much for joining us today. Thank you. This has been just a wonderful and informative experience for me. And I'm hoping that also will translate to other people in the audience, because it was just a lot of great information. Yeah. So
thank you, Sheila, for having me, because your work in the world, I'm sure, is so important. And I applaud you for sharing other things on your platform. It's amazing.
Yeah, right. Because I love what I do. I help women reduce and eliminate bladder leaks. That is actually what I do. Mm-hmm. But I also just want everybody to live their best life.
Yeah,
I just do. And and anything that I can, any information that I can give that might pertain to anyone, because everything is not for everybody.
Yeah.
But hopefully something that I have talked about does hit with someone. So you can actually contact me, thepelviccoach.com, if you have any questions on bladder leaks. But we are going to close out our broadcast today. I want to thank you all so much for joining me on Living Well with Dr. Sheila. And I am on every Thursday, 12 Eastern Standard Time and 9 a.m. Pacific Time. And I hope to see you again next week. You all take care. Thank you.